Well, big news this morning. Odell left yesterday's game early in the first quarter with a left knee injury. The Browns feared that it was serious, and Josina Anderson reported this morning, and an MRI confirmed that OBJ has torn his ACL. He will miss the remainder of the season. Obviously he's in a lot of pain here, but I don't want to say it looked like it was an ACL tear, but this is just... This sucks. Like, there's just no other way to put it. It's really disappointing how things are going to end up ending for Odell in Cleveland. Not that I ever thought this was a perfect fit for Odell, but it's just like Odell is such a star and such a electric player to watch. It feels like we haven't been able to see the full potential of Odell in Cleveland that we saw with the Giants when things were going well with Eli.
I'm not sure what the market is anymore. I mean, to be honest with you, he's kind of being defined by injuries now. Like, I understand the market like shrinking up.
Once he's healthy again, someone will sign him. Obviously, I'm assuming that the Browns don't keep him at this point, but that's what's going to end up happening. He just has too much. He has too much potential. We've seen what he's able to do, even with the injuries. It just seems like there's always one more obstacle when it comes to Odell with his body.
And I never thought, if you go look, there's some data out there, we had it this morning, it was never a great fit in Cleveland. Remember, Dak struggled with Dez, young quarterback, big star receiver.
We have it. We have Baker with Odell.
If you look at Baker without Odell, where he kind of spreads the ball around like he did at Oklahoma, he's a much better quarterback. I always feel like Dak and Dez didn't work. Instead of demanding Dak throw to Dez, let Dak sprinkle it around and grow. I think Baker would have been better not feeling. And listen, it's not like Odell demanded you throw the ball to him. It's almost unspoken. Star receiver comes to Cleveland. You got to make sure he's happy.
And Odell was similar to Le'Veon in New York. Was great with everything that was put on him in Cleveland. I mean, we didn't think it was a good fit in Cleveland, despite Cleveland screaming and hollering about how wrong we were. But Odell never complains about it. He always bought into the situation there. He always supported Baker and supported the team. Like, there was never a point where I felt like he was the problem in Cleveland.
Oh, no, they have bigger issues.
Yeah, so this is really disappointing news. Hopefully Odell gets back healthy and is able to perform again. So the Patriots hit a new low yesterday, 33-6 to the 49ers. Cam Newton had another poor performance, 9 of 15, 98 yards and 3 interceptions. The 27-point loss is the Patriots' largest home loss in the Bill Belichick era. Jimmy G played well enough to win, but the star on the offense was running back Jeff Wilson, who scored 3 touchdowns. Jimmy G was 20 of 25, 277 yards, 2 interceptions. Cam said this morning that he was not surprised that Belichick benched him. He said on WEEI, he said, "I'm a realist." But I think obviously everyone is going to pay attention to how bad the Patriots are and what happened with the Patriots yesterday. We buried the 49ers too soon.
Yeah. Because when Bosa got hurt.
Yes, and that loss to the Dolphins was bad.
Yeah.
And Jimmy G didn't look great the week after.
And you'll watch the Rams tonight. Rams are a bad call from being 5-1. They punched him in the forehead for 4 hours. This is a really good team with exceptional talent. They miss Bosa, and I don't think they're a Super Bowl team because I think Bosa's the icing. He takes you to another level. But they drafted a good defensive lineman. We buried him way too. And if you look at their schedule, Joy, I did today, this morning, they face 6 Seattle, Dallas defenses down the stretch. They're going to win a lot of games. Now,
great coaching and great culture is also.
Yeah, and their schedule actually, it looked before the season, you're like, ooh, Seattle and Dallas and the Saints, and you're like, oh, those are bad defense. Buffalo. So they've got a bunch of defenses coming up. They're going to be able to move the football, control the clock, and do that.
Yeah, they're still a good team. I'm with you. I don't think that they're a Super Bowl team this year.
But they're good.
But they're still a good team, yes. So the Dodgers are 1 win away from their first World Series title since 1988. Job's not done.
But by the way, that ninth inning was...
LeBron tweeted that.
That ninth inning was tense last night.
That whole game was great. Clayton Kershaw had a strong outing in Game 5, allowing only 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings, although it did look a little...
He wasn't
get a little sketchy there.
He wasn't quite as dominating, but I mean, it was just one of those games where this is a classic. You were 1 pitch away from being down heading into Game 6 of the series. You got to. I mean, this game was so much about inches. When Tampa had guys on late, and we're all doing the same. Even the pitcher for the Dodgers, we're all doing the same thing. We're like, listen, we live in Los Angeles. It's a Dodger town. This could have easily one bad pitch gone the other way.
No, I'm rooting for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
He also struck out 6 batters to reach 207 total in the postseason, which makes him the all-time leader in postseason strikeouts.
He's redefining a little bit. He needed this.
Yes.
I mean, he's obviously our Sandy Koufax. It's not a Hall of Fame argument. He needed to have a stronger postseason, and he has.
He did. We're showing the MLB postseason strikeout leaders. Clayton Kershaw is 207. He passed Justin Verlander with 205. John Smoltz, 199. Andy Pettitte, 183. And Roger Clemens, 173. This was a nice treat of a game after the way the Game 4 ended.
Right.
I mean, I literally, there's sometimes where I catch myself, something will happen, like it happened yesterday with DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
And, there's just certain things where I'll literally be, sitting at home and watching it, and I'm like, I have the reaction.
The final play of the Dodger loss.
That was so, I couldn't, my brain couldn't process what happened.
Yeah. This has actually ended up being a great World Series.
It's been really fun.
Tons. The Dodgers bullpen is lousy enough to make this fascinating because they're really a great closer away from being really, really tough to beat. But even now, I'm like, have they announced yet when their ace is going? Are they going to hold him for Game 7, the Dodgers? Are they going to do a MacGyver in Game 6 and throw a bunch of relievers out there? Okay, so their Game 6 probably goes to Tampa because they're going to try to do what I did for dinner the other night when the wife's out of town and have a bowl of cereal,
tortilla,
ice cream, licorice, and, cough syrup. So they're going to try to MacGyver Game 6, and Tampa's going to win.
I wouldn't mind a Game 7.
Oh, yeah. Eat it with this company.
Yeah.
Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The